Scorpio, you stand on the precipice of your own abyss. For a long time you've been listening to the silence, feeling the earth tremble beneath your feet, sensing the deep plates of your world shifting, preparing for a tectonic rupture. This isn't fear, it's anticipation. More than anyone else, you know that true life doesn't begin in peace, but at the epicenter of a storm, in a moment of catharsis, when the old burns to ash to make way for the new. And now, the cosmos tells you, the time has come. Prepare yourself. Tomorrow, everything will explode. This is not a metaphor or a threat. This is the greatest astrological promise given to your sign for decades to come. A detonating event is approaching, one that will trigger a chain reaction capable of changing not just circumstances, but the very code of your reality. The main theme of this period is the alchemy of shock. The universe is about to blow open the vaults of your deepest secrets to hand you the keys to genuine power and untold wealth. It won't be smooth. It won't be comfortable. It will be sudden, overwhelming, and utterly liberating. You are the transformer of the zodiac. Your element is not a quiet backwater, but a mighty dark ocean, hiding both sunken treasures and sleeping titans in its depths. The coming explosion is a powerful underwater eruption that will bring everything hidden to the surface, secrets you buried even from yourself, family secrets, ancestral secrets that have invisibly influenced you, illusions you mistook for support, and fears that seemed like insurmountable walls. All of this will be brought to the surface by the blinding light of truth. And in that light, you will gain power. Not the cheap power of a manipulator, but the absolute power of a creator of your own destiny. When you know the truth, you can no longer be controlled. When you see the hidden mechanisms, you can reconfigure them. This new strength will allow you to dismantle toxic alliances, shed debts, both financial and moral, and step out of the shadow where you may have spent too much time accumulating potential. You will stop being a keeper of others' secrets and become the architect of your own life. The wealth that follows is merely a natural consequence. This isn't a lottery win, it's the world's payment for your courage to peer into the abyss and not flinch. When you stop expending colossal internal energy on maintaining old facades and suppressing the truth, this unleashed resource will flood into the material sphere. Money, opportunities, valuable connections, all will begin to gravitate towards your new energetic center, towards your unwavering honesty with yourself. Shock is the price, power is the tool, wealth is the consequence, and eternal transformation is your nature, which will finally be able to manifest in full force. Prepare to meet your true self. A phoenix cannot be reborn without burning. Your fire has already been lit. This cosmic impulse will come from without, but it will resonate within. It won't be a bolt from the blue. It will be the quiet click of a key in a lock you didn't even know existed. A sudden message, an overheard conversation, a found document, or a figure in a bank statement that doesn't add up. The detonator will seem insignificant, almost mundane. But this very trifle will be the lever that shifts the tectonic plates of your reality. The universe won't shout, it will whisper one single devastatingly precise phrase in your ear, after which remaining silent as before will be impossible. And here is my prophecy, Scorpio. Prepare for information to come to light in the coming hours or days concerning shared finances, inheritance, debts, or business partnerships. This will be a truth that was hidden from you, or that you hid from yourself, out of fear, shame, or a misguided sense of advantage. It will expose the main self-deception upon which the fragile structure of your current stability rested. You will see how much energy went into maintaining this illusion. You will understand that your so-called security was a cage, and your patience was a chain. And in the moment of this blinding realization, a rift will occur. This rift is not destruction, it's a dam breaking. Everything you've held back inside, anger, ambition, thirst for justice, unshed tears, will surge forth in an unstoppable torrent. This flow will sweep away people who exploited your silent strength. It will annul agreements built on lies. It will expose the true cost of the compromises you made. At first, it will feel like chaos, like a loss of control. But very soon you will realize this is not a loss, it is a gain. For the first time in a long time, you will gain access to your main resource, your authentic, raw, wild power. This moment of truth will be your reset point. Old rules will cease to apply because you will see who wrote them and for what purpose. You will stop playing someone else's game and begin to dictate the terms of your own. This is the birth of your new power, power based not on secret manipulations, but on crystal clarity. What seems like the end of the world is, in fact, the birth of your world. The universe is not destroying you. It is simply tearing down the prison you used to call home so that you can finally build your own palace in its place. But let's be honest, Scorpio. This palace is not yet built, and the foundation of the old prison has rotted to its core. You feel it in every cell. The past few years, perhaps even decades, have been a quiet war of attrition for you. You fought it alone, in the deep cellars of your soul, battling invisible enemies, disappointment, betrayal that was never spoken aloud, and a weariness that became your second skin. You carried the burden of others' expectations, others' debts, and others' sins, accepting this burden as your own strength. You thought that control of the situation was silence, that endurance was allowing poison to slowly seep into your blood. You became a master at maintaining the status quo, even when that status quo was killing you. And here, on the threshold of your liberation, lies the main trap, your eternal shadow companion. Its name is the thirst for total control. This is your gift and your curse, the instinct that makes you cling to the helm of a sinking ship instead of jumping into a lifeboat. When the truth breaks free, your first reaction will be to try to rein it in, to silence it, to hide it, to minimize the damage. You will want to conduct secret negotiations, find a workaround, make a new deal in the shadows to save face and maintain an appearance of order. You will decide that you can manage this chaos as you have managed everything before. And this, Scorpio, will be the most fatal mistake. Understand, the universe is not sending you a problem to solve. It is sending you a tsunami that must wash away all that is superficial. Your task is not to build dams of lies and half measures. Your task is to find the highest point and let the wave pass. By trying to control this process, you will betray the very essence of the coming transformation. You risk clinging to the wreckage of the old prison, mistaking it for a lifeboat, and ultimately finding yourself trapped again, only in an even more sophisticated and cruel way. Release your death grip. Let the truth do its work, loudly, messily, mercilessly. Let relationships built on rot crumble. Let financial schemes based on deceit explode. Your strength now is not in manipulation, but in surrender to the truth. True power will be born not from trying to maintain control, but from the courage to lose it completely. And this courage is not recklessness. It is your innate gift, the voice of your cosmic patron, Pluto, lord of the underworld, of secrets and unimaginable treasures. He whispers to you in the language of instinct, stop being a manager on the surface. Become a miner in the depths. This is your true archetypal role, Scorpio. You are the Plutonian miner, the archaeologist of the soul. Your task is not to prevent a collapse, but to descend into the very vortex when the dust settles, and find there an untouched vein of pure gold, or uranium, because the power about to be unleashed is nuclear in nature. Pluto doesn't tell you to fight or flee. He says, dive. When the information bomb explodes, when the truth, blinding and ugly, breaks free, don't look around. Don't watch others' reactions. Don't try to assess reputational damage. Don't calculate moves. Freeze and look within. Feel where exactly in your body this explosion resonates. In your solar plexus, twisting with rage. In your throat, constricted by unspoken words. In your heart, chilling with the realization of betrayal. There it is. That place is the entrance to the mine. It is the point marked on your inner treasure map. That is precisely where you need to direct all your attention. Instead of dispersing energy on an external war, you must make a descent into the epicenter of your own feeling. This feeling, be it anger, pain, or shame, is the raw material, the radioactive ore from which you will forge your new power and your new wealth. The universe is staging this spectacle not to punish you or anyone else. It is simply breaking the rotten container in which your frozen, preserved power was stored. Your task is not to collect the fragments, but to retrieve the contents. This is the practical meaning of surrender we discussed. You are surrendering not to an enemy, but to your own truth. You are allowing a wave of emotions to engulf you, not to drown, but so that it washes away everything superficial, everything foreign. In this primal, wild emotion, there is not a drop of weakness. In it is all your life force, which for years went into maintaining lies. And as soon as you stop defending yourself from it and allow it to be, it will transform from poison into an elixir. It will become your fuel, your compass, and your weapon. You will stop being a victim of circumstances and become the master of your energy. And he who controls his energy controls the world. And this mastery of the world begins not with global conquests, but with bringing order to 3 key areas of your life, where the cosmic wave is now striking. These are the 3 pillars on which your reality rests, and each of them will be shaken to its core so that you can rebuild them anew on a granite foundation of truth. The first, most tangible blow will fall on your shared resources, joint finances, business, inheritance, or debts. Prepare to discover a financial black hole, the truth about where money was really going, who was using your resources behind your back, or the true cost of a deal you thought was profitable. The shock of the revealed deception will be sharp. Your instinctive desire will be to immediately patch the hole, minimize losses, negotiate. Don't do that. Your practical step here is not resuscitation, but exposure. Conduct a total audit. Request all statements, pull up all documents, ask direct, uncomfortable questions. You don't need to save a sinking ship. You need to understand exactly why it's sinking. This painful clarity will be the foundation of your future wealth. You will forever learn to distinguish a real asset from a beautiful illusion, and your financial intuition will sharpen to the level of a seismograph, feeling the slightest lie. The second front will open in your alliances and partnerships. The information explosion will be a litmus test for your circle. People you considered pillars of support may turn out to be the source of the problem. Those who swore loyalty may vanish in a cloud of dust, and a quiet, unnoticed person from your outer circle may suddenly offer a helping hand. Your task here is not to seek revenge or judge, but to observe. Freeze and watch. Who tries to calm you down and cover up the situation? That's a manipulator. Who falls into hysterics and blames everyone around? That's a weakling. And who asks you one single question, "How can I help?" That's your future ally. In the coming days, you will receive the most valuable gift, a crystal-clear understanding of the balance of power on your chessboard. You will see everyone's true motives, and your new power will be born not from loud declarations, but from a quiet, conscious choice with whom you will move forward and whom you will leave among the wreckage of the past. And finally, the third, deepest arena is the theater of your own soul. The external chaos is merely a projection of an internal abscess that has finally burst. The revealed secret will point you to your main self-deception, to that part of you that settled for less, endured disrespect, or was afraid to demand what was yours out of fear of loneliness or conflict. The pain you feel is not the pain of betrayal by another person. It is the pain of recognizing yourself in the distorted mirror of the past. And here is your most important alchemical act. Do not run from this pain. Immerse yourself in it. Let anger burn away your fear. Let sorrow wash away your naivete. This concentrated emotion is the purest uranium of your soul. Direct this energy not to destroy enemies, but to create yourself. Start a new project. Push yourself in sports until you're exhausted. Create a masterpiece. Transform the poison into an elixir. These are not 3 different battles, Scorpio. These are 3 facets of the same diamond. Your new self, which you are carving out of the rock of chaos right now. And in this chaotic jeweler's workshop, where you are carving yourself anew, you will for a moment feel an absolute ringing solitude. The wreckage of the old world will lie at your feet, and the people who made up your yesterday will turn into shadows, flitting at the periphery of your vision. The temptation will arise to believe that you are alone against everyone. And it is at this moment, when the silence becomes almost unbearable, that a knock will come at your door, or a call from an unknown number, or a message from someone you long ago wrote out of your life. Help will not come from where you expect it. Not from your closest, not from the loudest, not from those who should. It will appear in the form of the most unexpected character in your play, a former rival, someone you wronged in the past, or a quiet observer you never took seriously. This person will not come with hugs and words of sympathy. They will come with a fact, with one single detail you were missing for the complete picture. They will offer you not a life preserver, but the missing piece of the puzzle, a name, an address, an account number, a password. They will do this not out of pity, but out of a deep, almost mystical sense of justice, because the universe is now using all available channels to restore balance. This person is not your savior. They are your guide, pointing the way to the main artifact of this war. And your main goal, Scorpio, will not be an abstract victory, but a very specific, tangible object. It could be an old ledger hidden in a safe, a folder of documents in a dusty attic, a flash drive with a database backup, or even a family jewel that is not just an ornament, but a key to an inheritance you didn't know about. This object, let's call it for convenience the Black Ledger, is the material embodiment of the very secret that has been poisoning your life. In it is all the truth, expressed in numbers, dates, and signatures. It is irrefutable proof of everything you only vaguely sensed with your intuition. The hunt for this ledger will become your personal crusade. This is the descent into the mine that Pluto spoke of. Every step on this path will demand all your innate talents, insight, strategic thinking, the ability to remain silent and to act under the cover of night. But this will no longer be the shadow where you hid, but one you use as a tactical advantage. You will stop being a victim of intrigues and become their director, but with one single goal, to bring everything to light. To possess this artifact means to gain absolute power over the situation, not to blackmail or seek revenge, but to lay it on the negotiating table and, with that single gesture, annul all old deals and clear all false accounts. This ledger is not just evidence, it is your scepter and orb, the symbol of your regained sovereignty. In it are not just figures of losses. In it is the price of your liberation, and you will pursue this price with all your passion, with all your disdain for half measures. The first days after the explosion will turn into a feverish investigation, a tense race following a cold trail. You will act like an ideal detective from a noir film, comparing facts, analyzing slips of the tongue, searching for inconsistencies in others' alibis. You will feel the thrill, the intoxicating taste of being close to the goal. Just a little more effort, one more call, one more password cracked, and the ledger will be in your hands. You will be so absorbed in this pursuit that you won't notice yourself running in circles, how reality itself is leading you through an artfully laid labyrinth of false trails. And at the moment when you are certain that you are one step away from the goal, you will hit a dead end, a mirrored wall. The trail will vanish. The key witness will disappear. Access to the server will be blocked. You will find yourself in a point of absolute emptiness and helplessness. And this is the greatest gift the cosmos has prepared for you. This event will coincide with the waning moon phase, with the moment when the night luminary turns into a sharp silver sickle. This moon is not an aid in your search. It is a cosmic surgeon whose task is to cut away all that is superfluous. It will not light your way to the ledger. It will blindingly illuminate your main tactical error. In this ringing silence, in this sudden dead end, a realization will descend upon you, cold and sharp as a scalpel. You will understand, you are looking in the wrong place, you are chasing an object, while your true goal is a person. You are trying to break into a safe, but the key is not in lockpicks, but in the psychology of the one guarding it. This ledger is not just an artifact, it is the source of panic fear for your opponent. And while you were running around outside, they were sitting inside, in their fortress, watching your every move with horror. Your mistake was playing the hunter, but the universe demands you become the spider. From this moment, your strategy changes radically. You stop the chase, you call off your hounds, you completely disappear from the radar. Instead of breaking down the door, you create a vacuum around it, a field of absolute silence. You allow your enemy to be alone with their greatest treasure and their greatest nightmare, this very ledger. And now it will not be you who acts, but them. Their paranoia, their fear that you know something, that you are lying in wait and about to strike, will force them to make a mistake. They will start to get nervous. They will try to move the artifact, hide it more securely, destroy it. And the moment they take their ledger out of the safe, it will be exposed to the light. All you have to do is observe. Your power is now not in action, but in provoking it. You are no longer a treasure hunter. You have become a center of gravity, causing others' secrets to revolve around you and inevitably fall into your hands. And the silence will work. It will become your most powerful reagent, the catalyst for another's fear. Hours or days will pass, and in the vacuum you've created, a vibration will sound. Your opponent will not endure. They will make a move. But it will not be a cry for mercy or a foolish mistake. It will be the most insidious temptation you are capable of. They will come to you with an offer of peace. They will extend an olive branch, soaked in the poison of old compromises. They will say, "Let's resolve this between us, quietly, without a fuss." They will offer you a new deal, more favorable than the last. They will be ready to give you back a portion of what they hid, return a share of what was stolen, sign a new, honest agreement. They will appeal to your reason, to your famous pragmatism. They will say that total war is unprofitable for anyone, that a public scandal will destroy both of you, and in their words will be an icy, seductive logic. They will offer you a return to the familiar ecosystem of shadow, but no longer as a victim, but as a partner in silence. They will offer you power, but it will still be the same surrogate power, based on a shared secret, on mutual lies. And here it is, your ultimate choice, Scorpio. Your final exam in the cosmic school of transformation. On the table before, you will lie two contracts. One, the one your enemy offers you. It is written in fine print on expensive paper and promises you immediate, tangible benefit, saving face and regaining control. And the second contract, invisible. It is written in fire in the air, and it has only one clause: burn everything to the ground. And to sign it, you will have to fight not your opponent. You will have to engage in a deadly battle with your main eternal demon, the fear of annihilation. Because your true fear is not poverty, not loneliness, and not defeat. Your deepest primal terror is the fear of nullification. The fear that if you let go of all threads of control, if you allow the old structure to collapse, there will be nothing beneath its ruins. Emptiness. You are afraid that your entire personality, all your strength, is just a complex mechanism of compensations, defenses, and manipulations. And if it is dismantled, then you will simply cease to exist. Your enemy's offer is a chance to avoid this encounter with emptiness. It is an opportunity to cling to a familiar role, to preserve your old self, albeit in more comfortable conditions. To choose the deal means to betray Pluto. To betray your essence, it means agreeing to a life sentence in a gilded cage, where you will be the eternal overseer of your own prison. Yes, you will get some money back. Yes, you will restore the appearance of order. But you will forever remain hostage to this secret, and the poison of unrealized transformation will slowly poison your soul, making you cynical, tired, and empty. To choose the second fiery contract, however, means to step into that very abyss you fear. It means consciously choosing chaos, temporary losses, and complete uncertainty. It means looking your fear of annihilation in the face and saying, "So be it." It is in this act of total surrender to the truth, in this willingness to lose everything to gain yourself, that your true birth lies. The universe is not asking you how to save the old world. It is asking if you have the courage to be born into the new, and you choose fire. In that moment, there will be no thunder, no special effects. There will only be a deafening internal silence in which you will hear a faint crystalline chime. This is your false self crumbling to dust, that complex construct of fears, resentments, and defense mechanisms that you so long mistook for yourself. You step into your abyss, expecting to fall and cease to exist, but you do not fall. You discover that you are standing on solid, unshakable ground. This is your core, your essence, that diamond core of your spirit that cannot be broken, burned, or betrayed. And you understand, emptiness does not exist. There was only fear of your own boundlessness. What will be born from this ash is your new self, Scorpio. It will be frighteningly simple. Ambiguities will vanish from your speech, eternal judgment from your gaze, and the weight of others' secrets from your soul. You will stop calculating moves because you will gain something far more valuable than strategy: crystal clarity. You will simply know who to trust and who to distance yourself from. Know which project will bear fruit and which will only bring empty troubles. This intuition will cease to be an anxious whisper and will become your calm, confident voice. People will feel this change. Manipulators and energy vampires will instinctively avoid you, like wild animals avoid a pure flame. They will no longer find hooks in you to latch onto. No guilt, no hidden fear, no craving for approval. Your aura will become smooth and impenetrable, like an obsidian mirror in which everyone will see only their own true face. This is where your new wealth lies. It's not in the money you'll get back, though you will get it back with interest you never dreamed of. The true treasure is unleashed energy. You have no idea how many gigawatts of your life force went into maintaining facades, suppressing anger, playing others' games. Now this resource is entirely at your disposal. It will flood into your life, materializing as brilliant ideas, synchronous encounters, and opportunities that would have seemed miraculous before. You will stop seeking resources. You yourself will become the source, the magnet, the center of gravity to which everything necessary will be drawn. Your main capital will be your integrity and your new power. Forget that word. Power is for those who are weak and afraid. You will no longer need it. The thirst for control will be replaced by a deep trust in the flow of life. You will stop swimming against the current, trying to foresee and secure everything. You will learn to feel this current, enter it, and use its power to achieve your goals with minimal effort. This is the highest art of Plutonian magic, not to control the world, but to be in such resonance with it that it fulfills your true desires on its own. You are no longer the architect of your prison. You are a surfer on the waves of eternity. The shock was merely the price of a ticket to this cosmic ocean. And now you are free to sail wherever you wish, knowing that the abyss you so feared is, in fact, your native element. And there you stand in the silence amidst your new world. The air is clear. That background vibration of anxiety, that eternal hum of the internal calculator that accompanied you throughout your life, is gone. You no longer scan the space for threats or probe people for their hidden motives. You don't need to. You have found an internal tuning fork that instantly and infallibly resonates with truth and falsehood. And you understand that the greatest freedom is not the ability to do whatever you want, but the absence of the need to constantly defend yourself. Your energy, once bound in defensive redoubts, now flows freely, like a great river, filling your every day with power and meaning. You thought that to control reality, you needed complex levers and secret codes. But now you see that the main law of your being sounds ridiculously simple. It requires no effort. It requires only recognition. Say it now, Scorpio, not as a mantra to be repeated, but as a statement of an accomplished fact. As the passport of your new identity, I am the center of my power. My truth is my only law. My abyss is my greatest treasure. In these 3 lines is all your alchemy. I am the center of my power is the end of dependence on others' approval, others' resources, and others' decisions. You are no longer a satellite orbiting others' planets. You are a star, and your gravity now shapes your system. My truth is my only law is the rejection of all social contracts built on lies, compromises, and fear. You no longer play by rules that benefit others. Your integrity has become your code, and any violation of it is met with immediate expulsion from your world. And finally, my abyss is my greatest treasure is the complete acceptance of your shadow side. You no longer fear your rage, your passion, your ruthless insight. You have understood that these are not demons to be kept on a leash, but your loyal wolves, your personal guard, protecting the borders of your kingdom. And you know what's most ironic? That very black ledger, that folder of incriminating evidence, that artifact you so desperately pursued, will one day simply fall into your hands. It will be sent in an anonymous package, you will find it on your doorstep, and in that moment, nothing will happen. You will look at this symbol of your past war without triumph, without schadenfreude, without a thirst for revenge. You will see only a stack of paper, a monument to someone else's fear and your own past obsession. And perhaps you will throw it into the fireplace, not to ritually burn the past, but simply because the room has become cool. This artifact lost its power over you the moment you gained power over yourself. Your great cycle of destruction and purification is complete. The phoenix has risen. But the story does not end there. An alchemist who has obtained the philosopher's stone does not hide it in a safe. They begin to transform the world around them. And if you now fall silent and listen to the new rhythm of your life, beyond the roar of the receding tide, you will hear another sound. Distant but clear. It is the sound of hammers. These are your new allies, those drawn by the radiance of your rebirth, already laying the first stones in the foundation of your future palace. But that, Scorpio, is an entirely different story.